Alright, so now I'm going to comb over this board and see who I like. We got three guys at 8 to 1. Luna, Jojo, and Haas. Then at 9 to 1, Gossett. Those are the top ones. It's weird. You would think they would be in order, but then they have like in that mix. They have Lemon at 16 to 1, but they have them sandwiched in, so the odds aren't necessarily in order. I don't know if maybe it was the original order and then it's changed depending on how people have bet. I have heard in the past that when people made a bet, they that the line moved. Like one bet can make the line move. I guess it depends on how much you bet. I think Mouth was saying that had happened, but I think he was betting a lot. So I want to make a wager on someone just to have someone to pull for. I have Mike Syrah in the Calcutta, so pulling for him. But if he's at 40 to 1 on this, but the Calcutta is nicer that it, top 6 or top 2 in the silver bracket. So that's different. This is just to win the whole thing. So you're putting all your eggs in one basket. So these payouts really aren't that good for that. But what I like is Ryan McCook at 20 to 1. I mean, he is a force when it comes to tournaments. That guy is like, he's very similar to Stenmark in that they are unflappable in tournaments. They seem to never get nervous. I mean, sure, they're going to make mistakes. Everyone is. But I just really like Ryan's game, and I like his composure. When he does make a mistake, he's kind of like watching the top pro pool players. They make a mistake, and they sit down in their chair. You can't tell if they made a mistake or just ran out. And he's that same way. It's like it doesn't affect him, where other players ride their emotions on their sleeves and you can tell they're mentally upset. And I'm guilty of it too. I'm also not one of them. I don't play this for a living. So, but I like that. That is a quality that is revered in big tournament play, when you are not affected by what happened the shot before. You're like a roulette wheel. It doesn't know what happened in the spin before, regardless of those little numbers that they flash up at you. So I think I'm going to put a C note down on Ryan. It'll be interesting after I make that bet to see if his odds change. They don't. Oh, okay. I just corrected myself. See, most of the odds are like in $5 increments. Well, except for the 8 to 1, the 9 to 1. But so at 20 to 1, I wonder if he dropped, if it would go to 15 to 1. But I see someone is at 18 to 1. What was it? I just passed it. Andy Fox is at 18 to 1. I don't know how they came up with 18 instead of 20. That's a good bet too. Chris Brewer, 25 to 1. Let's see. Who else is jumping out at me? George Von Kay, 22 to 1. Lance Harris is at 20 to 1. But McCook has just won so much stuff. Oh, Stenmark, 22 to 1. That's a good bet. I know he hasn't been playing much, but man, that guy just, I feel like he could not play for years and then just step up and run house. But I know Ryan's been playing a lot and been going to a lot of power events. So, yep, that's my one horse. Put a C note on him and see what happens. If he does make it into like the top 4, I'll be rooting like hell, because I wouldn't mind an extra $2,000. Anyway, yep, that's it for this rambling video. I'm still pissed that I'm not up there. Oh, Well, so one of my goals was to make it to the World Championships, and now my next goal for next year is to somehow get street cred to be put up on the board. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how they came up with these numbers. Because whoever made these, like, what stats are they going by? I mean, I'm guessing, like, who gave them all this information? And were they just going straight by handicap, or were they asking someone? Because sports, like football sports bets, I believe are made by like a group of people somewhere that go through the games and know the numbers, and they're paid to set the lines, and then the lines move themselves based on how the bets come in. But I believe, if I remember reading correctly, years and years ago, that there's like a couple of guys that kind of lay the initial lines down that are just experts at it, and the casinos pay them. I don't know if that's true in this day and age with computers and stuff. There might be some sort of AI programs, but that I don't know. They certainly didn't go through some sort of database for IT and use a computer to figure these odds out. Well, I mean, they did at some point. They used. I just don't know what data they used. Curious about that. Anyway, all right, guys.